Hello, today I am going to do a tutorial on how I customized my doll's modified leg with corset piercings. You might be wondering why my doll's other leg is transparent. That's just the lore of her story. How I modified it is another long trial and error process that should be in another video of itself. For this, you will need a couple of materials, such as a 3mm narrow ribbon, hot glue, UV resin, and a UV light, a 6mm steel open ring. I will list my complete materials in the description, but these are the basic materials that I could think of. I started marking the pattern with tape. I recommend a tape with color, but this is the only one I have at the moment. I used it to mark the pattern and used it as a guide on where I would glue the rings. Make sure that the hot glue elevates the ring a little, so it's easier to tie it later on. Don't flatten it on the surface. Make sure to also use very little hot glue, because it will look bumpy and stringy. I am only using the hot glue here because it's quick to dry and easily removed when you make a mistake. How the rings are not flattened. This will make it easier to dry later. For anyone who wants to try this but your doll has color, I would recommend to seal the hot glue with UV resin. Paint over it, and then use Mr. Super Clear to seal it again. Maybe you can try adding blush with soft pastels to achieve a more realistic look. But for this one, after hot gluing the rings, I glazed it with clear UV resin and cured it. For the most fun part. For finishing touches, I sealed the last knot with hot glue and sealed it again with UV resin for extra protection. After that, I hot glued a ribbon at the end of the side part. The next steps are not as important, but I wanted patterns on her skin. So I used a nail art silicone mold and used it for the pattern. I simply cured resin on it, then glued it to the surface with clear resin too and cured it again. If you liked how it turned out and want to see more pictures, follow me on Instagram. I often update with smaller modifications in there. If you like all things art, give it a follow. I'm happy to share with everyone. Thank you for watching.